Mhm. 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 Can you hear me now? This is what happens when your 7-year-old starts playing with your professional audio equipment.
Oh God, I'm running. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I got to do one more thing. Oh my God, that is absolutely hilarious. Note to self, I am going to. Ba-ba-ba-ba. 1 second here. That is absolutely hilarious. Thank you all. And thank you, Donnie. Okay. All right. Can you hear me? For the people who are on, somebody give me, Donnie, you saved the day, man. Okay. Just to make sure you can hear me. Yeah. All right. Hey, there we go. All right. So a couple important notes for next time. uh just for that, I'm going to give Donnie uh wait, hang on. What do I do? Donnie. Okay, Donnie gets 5 extra lives. Thanks, Donnie. Uh, you you have 5 extra lives now. All right. So let me recap. Let me recap what we've been doing here. That's absolutely hilarious. Okay, so what I did, I spun up my Eleventy website that I was doing last time. What I also did was spun up our design system, which is called Eddy. So Eddy is the name of our design system, and the reason why it's called Eddy is for a lot of reasons, but a lot of pop culture Eddy things. Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation, me and my brother quote regularly. Um, Eddie Munster, Eddie Winslow, the hit movie Eddie, starring Whoopi Goldberg, which is actually my Wi-Fi name. So, anyways, Eddie is the name of our design system. So, what I've actually been doing while nobody can hear me is actually sort of stubbing out these pages for my new website inside of my storybook environment. And the reason why I'm doing that is because of this thing that is that I call the workshop in the storefront. And we've always kind of treated environments like Storybook and before that Pattern Lab as kind of the workshop environments where we're able to focus on the UI, strictly the UI, strictly the presentation, the design, the composition of our UI without having to worry about like any back end logic or like looping through things or having the right databases or data sources set up and all of that stuff. When we're like designing the actual experience, the actual UI, we want to be able to focus on that, right? Rather than like I want to focus on the color of my buttons, not what happens when you click on those buttons, if that makes sense, right? So that's what we're doing. So what I did was I kind of created a handful of different uh, pages inside of Storybook. Most people don't create actual pages and reflect those in our inside of Storybook, but we are, right. Like, and this is kind of like this is how I've preferred to work for the last 13 years and beyond, really. So, like, kind of having this area that I'm able to sort of like work really fast on the design of the UI. I'm able to sort of stitch up all of like these components and make all these things kind of like work together. That's the spirit of what we're doing here, is trying to sort of like get this stuff stubbed out, stitched up really, really fast. Now, what I could do is create like a sim link between my Eleventy site and the web components in my design system and my design tokens and stuff like that. I could do that, uh, but I'm not going to. At least not right now. We might get there eventually, but that's going to be the the spirit of this thing, is to try to get uh, this website kind of roughed out, like the actual sort of like presentation of it, be able to sort of build components really quickly, stub those things out, and wire them up all inside of this kind of workshop environment, right? Like this Storybook UI workshop environment. Um, what I was starting to say before Donnie called me was what I'm going to be doing is kind of creating like a header recipe for bradfrost.com and a footer recipe for bradfrost.com, right? And what recipes are, this image kind of like demonstrates it and articulates it better than I can. But basically, you a core design system usually contains your sort of raw materials, your high quality, eggs, organic, cage free, free range eggs, your organic sugar and stuff like that. And then what you're doing at the product level is kind of combining those raw ingredients in different ways in order to create different recipes, different compositions, right? So the header for bradfrost.com is going to be different than, say, the header for our tokens website, which is different than the it is, different but similar, right? From these things. So that's like the spirit of recipes. And this gets design systems out of the game of having to sort of have one header component that's trying to like meet all of the different requirements that every single product at an organization needs, right? So this concept kind of like is the pressure release valve, so that you're not kind of overloading uh, your core design system components with too much stuff or too many switches or anything like that. Um, it just is a way healthier way of kind of architecting these things. So enough yakking. Let's actually kind of build one of these things. So what I want to do is I want to create a new recipe, and I want to do BF header, and that created a new thing. And then I'm going to create another one called BF footer. Okay. So what this did is created a new thing called header, right? And this gives me what I want. And I'm just going to go ahead and call this, I'm just going to put the word header in here. And then I'm going to do the same for footer, just so you can see. Okay. So what this is doing, that is our kind of like default out of the box one. I think I need to restart my storybook. Okay. Hey, everybody. While we're waiting for Storybook to go, I'll check in on the chat just in case anything else crazy is going on. Okay, so I now have a header. Oh, you dirty dog. Does not provide an export named default. Give me a break. Is this a Storybook thing? Oh, does not provide an export named default. Okay. I don't really want my styles in here. Is this what's going on here? So shout out to my brother who actually like recently fixed a bunch of these issues. I think that I'm running like kind of a stale version of this stuff. Da, 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 da. Let's see here. Maybe I'm gonna kill. Well, what's going on here? Can I steal this? I'm gonna look over my shoulder. Okay. And let me look at site header. Site header. Is this actually importing the styles? Maybe I need to do that. Oh, you dirty dog. What's going on here? Let's see if we could get our good friend Cursor to help us out here. And if not, I might change course here and do something else. Fix this error. Storybook isn't rendering the BF header and BF footer components. Thanks, Luke. Alrighty. Okay, so it's hey, there we go. All right, sweet. All right, good, good, good. All right, so we now have a header, and we now have didn't fix the footer. There we go. All right, whew. All right, we have a header and we have a footer. Hooray, hooray! All right, I'm gonna get rid of these hello worlds. That's kind of annoying. So we at least have a header and we have a footer. And what I'm gonna do. What I'm now going to do is add the header, right? And this is also where Cursor is pretty awesome at being able to sort of like quickly import these things and display them all. So what I should be able to do is now go to my About page. Oh. Okay. Hang on 1 second. We just got company at the door. 1 second. First thing I need is audio. The second thing I need is to put do not disturb on here. All right, now I need to update these paths. These paths are not working well. And so let me look over my shoulder at how I'm doing this. Okay, so I need to. This is I'll blame Cursor for this. Let's see here. What am I doing? Recipes. Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. So instead of site, it's going to be BF. There we go. Whew. Gosh. All right. But now that we have this in here, the rest of these pages will go swimmingly. They'll go very, very quickly. So I'm going to import these things, include my header, include my footer, on to the next page. Just kind of do that for each one of these. Oh, wait, no, not that one. Blog post. Got that one. Header. There we go. Okay. Yes. And one more. Okay. Okay. So, what do we do here? We have header, we have footer, we have a home page, we have a posts page. But now, what this allows us to do is to be able to start playing around with this thing, right? So, I'm able to come into BF header and I'm able to start sort of ripping this out. And instead, what I can do is say, I want, a logo, right? Let's just say H3 logo. I do like a lot of like sort of like sketchy stuff, right? So like right now, I'm just kind of sure I'll stub this out, nav, and that should really be, man, what in the world is going on here? Seriously? Wow, this is like blowing up all over the place. Is it this? Cool. What? Why are you why are you being mean to me? This is what I get for doing this stuff. All right. Fix in chat, please. Okay, there we go. Jeez, man. Holy moly. All right. And am I going to be able to do this? Let's just see. I'll go for my tried and true background color salmon. Okay. All right. We're in business, friends. this is the normal rigmarole that we have to go through in order to get some damn stuff to work. But you could see, right? So now that I have this stuff all spelled out, I'm able to go between these different pages. I have my header, and the next thing I could do is set up my footer in the same way, right? So I could kind of go through, fingers crossed this doesn't give me grief. But I will go, background color, dark salmon. And, oh, is that going to show up? Great. Oh, probably because this is being a jerk. Great. Sure. CBF footer. CBF. Oh, might help if I spelled background. Correct. There we go. Okay. Holy crap. Okay. So to recap though, so if I like kind of cross this against this, is like I have, here is my kind of header in my Eleventy website. And again, this is just like out of the box Eleventy. So there's a lot that I'm probably going to need to do from this. But whenever I look at my current website header, this has always bugged me. I kind of have this like right align thing. I've always loved my dots. Lots of people have expressed their love of the dots, but it also kind of means that my website header is kind of awkwardly positioned, and I've never really cared for how I've treated that. And so with this new redesign, I want to to fix that, especially because I have a lot more going on now. So we have like art and music and all sorts of stuff. All of our courses, we got training, we got all sorts of stuff, and so yeah, so I want my new website to reflect that, right? So because I have these recipes now stubbed out, I'm able to kind of like design this stuff kind of concurrently. And this really kind of gets to the heart of this gets to the heart of I think why I feel that atomic design is still a really kind of powerful concept right now. Because what I'm able to do is I'm able to sort of zoom into the header, right? And I could zoom into the logo uh, even further, right? In fact, I believe I have that. Right. So if I kind of create a logo, here's what my logo looks like, right? And what I could do is actually I could include that logo right into my header. So let's go ahead and do that. Um, Here's my header. Sure. And instead of that, I actually want that. And I'm going to need to import. Oh, do. Here we go. Okay. So now what I should be able to do is import logo. And here, let's see what that does. Hey, there we go. There's a logo, right? So we're off to a good start. Right. So I now have a logo. Hooray. Um, I can include my name in that, obviously. And then kind of from here, I need to think and actually like kind of like look. I actually already have a primary nav uh, molecule here that I can include in here. So these are web components, primary nav item. So I'm actually going to replace that sort of hard coded thing with my primary nav. Good. Okay. So now, all right, now we're cooking, right? And then there's a button called menu. I don't actually want that in there. But so you can see how very, very quickly, right? This is why, again, not to like keep drilling on atomic design, but as I'm actually kind of going through and redoing or I'm putting this thing together, I'm in the process of actually kind of recording this, like why this matters, and we actually kind of like bake this into the website. Is that we're able to like see how this like all comes together, and in the actual like process of like designing and building and actually like putting this stuff together, I'm able to sort of navigate between here's my logo or here's my primary nav. And I'm able to then go BF header, and here's how those things come together in the context of this header. And then I'm able to go into an actual page and see it all hanging together, right? With real content inside of it, with real like kind of context surrounding it. And it's this ability, especially like under one roof inside of Storybook, uh, I'm able to sort of like zoom in and zoom out, right? I'm able to sort of like touch different things. Obviously, I'm not going to launch this thing with salmon, but that's always my go-to thing to start with, at least. So this is really, really great. This is really powerful. This gives me a lot of control, and this gives me like all of the room that I need to sort of design these things in a way that is modular, in a way that scales. I'm able to sort of like update the header and see how it affects like literally like every single page that I have the header wired up to. That's very, very powerful. And whenever we work with different organizations on their design systems, right, like these big enterprise grade design systems, like we will often see this, right? Which is like, here's a button. And you're like, cool. Here's the props of that button. Cool. And then you're like, well, how are these things like actually used? And like that stuff is just like miles away. It's all downstream. It's like in the actual like product environments. There's like this kind of fog or this disconnectedness between the design system and the actual pages that are using the design system. So that's why all these years later, kind of practicing atomic design, like it for us, like in practice, able to actually like build this stuff in this way using this mental model, and just logistically it's a lot easier. Like if I need a new thing, which I'm going to need in a lot of cases here, I get to go and build that new component and then immediately put it to use in the context of the product. Now once this is done, what I'm able to do is then kind of port this over and actually kind of like import this stuff into my actual Eleventy site. So probably not going to get there today, but at the same time, I do think that it's important to show this stuff off a bit. Okay, so fingers crossed that all checks out to you. So we have a number of things. I'm going to update my navigation to better reflect what we're doing here. And this is all subject to change. So we have courses, we offer training, we have a book for now. There will be more books later. We have our blog, we have about, and we have contact. But this is where this is kind of not accurate. Where's like a good, I don't know if I have, I'd have to log into MailChimp, but in the footer of my email newsletter, which you could sign up to here. This is again, this is also why I'm redesigning my site. This is very sad. This is just like I've just been like very like limited in terms of like what I could actually like do on my website. And this page needs some love. Like I want to actually be able to like design this experience. I want this to be like fun. I don't just want it to feel like a blog post with like a form inside of it, but that's where I'm at right now. So that's why we're doing this. That's like why all of this is happening. Um, but anyways, in my actual newsletter template, my like email template, we are kind of capturing like the breadth of what we're doing, right? So like I actually kind of want to start representing that stuff more, because it's not just courses and training, also doing podcasts, we're also doing music, we're also doing art, right? We're also doing newsletter, right? It's just like we're up to a lot of stuff, and that's like why my website has been like really inadequate, right? At sort of like capturing like the different, breadth and all of like the different projects. In fact, we kind of have, you could kind of put this under projects, I guess. Um, there's a lot of stuff going on here, right? And so this kind of gets into, there's like an old UX rule, kind of like a famous one, that it's like a primary navigation should never have more than 7 items in it, or 7 plus or minus 2 or something like that. That was always like the kind of like rule. And it's like, holy crap, we got a lot of different stuff going on. I don't know if it's going to be presented in this way, but this is where we get into like, I'm going to probably need to adjust my navigation styles and maybe add like a new variant to our primary nav component in order to address this specific product use case, right? So this kind of, again, kind of all ties back into like the relationship between component library and the products using the component library, right? Because if I go here, or if I go to our tokens website, or if I go to our AI and design systems website, right, the navigation looks like this. Do I want my new version of my site to look like this? Maybe, maybe not though, right? So this kind of gets at like kind of like the heart of how do I reuse the bones of this primary navigation component, right? Which has the right ergonomics, it has like the right sort of structure in place, but I might just want like a different presentation. Maybe I want more of a vertical presentation. Maybe I want to style this totally different. Doesn't really matter, right? So, anyways, uh, so that gives us a lot to go on. And then, of course, then there's the footer. I'm not going to worry about the footer right now. But one of the things that I do know that I want to do is actually create a new token theme to differentiate this new redesign. And this is a very interesting thing, and we've done this with like a lot of different clients. I've never done this with myself before, but basically, like what I want to do is whenever people go, well, how do we roll out a redesign? Uh, and whenever you have design tokens in place, which Donnie knows a thing or two about design tokens as well here. But one of the things that we tend to do is when you have design tokens in place, you can like flip a switch on this stuff and very quickly totally overhaul the look and feel of your website just by way of switching out the tokens. Really, really cool. And so there's some things that I want to do. The BFW theme that we've been working on for a while, but this is like the stuff that's like been in place for a long time. Um, this is the extent of our theme, right? So we have some sort of like accent colors and stuff like that. But with this redesign, I actually want to be able to sort of like blow all this stuff up. I want to be able to sort of like move it around. I want to be able to change it to different things. And I probably want to do things like introduce some like rounded corners where there weren't rounded corners before, stuff like that, right? So that's why I want to create a new token theme. Before I go any further here, because I think my audio wasn't showing through earlier. Shout out to Luana Cruz and Alita McDaniel, who's been they've been helping with our design system, and Luana especially, she like helped get our design token system kind of off the ground. It was like one of those things where it's like, oh hey, we actually have a need for our own design token system. We've been doing this for every organization on the planet, but we haven't been doing it for ourselves. So it's been really, really cool to work with Luana, who's been like really, really great at actually kind of carrying our brand, right? All of like these dots and stuff over into our design token architecture that we spell out in this course here. So it's really cool to like kind of take our enterprise grade stuff and to finally like convert it over into the environment that's like our own. Am I finally, shoeing the cobbler's children, which is really lovely. So, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We have this set up as a mono repo. So we have our web components here, and we have our design tokens here. You can see we have BFW and BFW dark. What I'm gonna do is literally just kind of copy and paste this, and I will call this BFW V9, which is kind of crazy, but that's actually this this new site will be the ninth iteration of my website. So we're going to call it the V9 theme. And so what I want to do is to actually update this thing to get it to work. Um, I'm going to say add a new uh, or add my new token theme BFW V9 to Storybook and the project. So we have like a couple NPM scripts in order to build each theme manually. We have this drop down menu, right, that we want the new theme to show up in so that I'm able to kind of like work in the new theme as we're sort of designing it, right? So you can see it's kind of going through and appending this array. So let's add that, sure. Add that, sure. Add that, sure. It's going through, doing its thing. Probably need to like rebuild Storybook again. Keep all, sure. This is where it's probably fine. I don't know. Let's figure it out. Okay, starting. Cool. All right, let's see. Please work. It at least loaded the shell. Homepage. Come on. Oh, nope. It blew up. What do I gotta do? Oh, did I not? Oh, did I not build it? I think I need to build it. Let's see here. Package. Inside. This is one of the fun things about working with a monorepo is that you've got multiple package things. Did it add? Okay. I want you to build all of the things. Let's see here. I'm going to try to do this. Build tokens. NPM run. Build tokens. Oh, all right. So that's my issue. Oh God. What the hell? I literally just like some token references could not be found. Literally like everything's in here. I just copied and pasted this stuff. Oh, weird. What the heck? This looks very unfamiliar to me. Well, that's fun. I'm wondering if this is like... Huh. Well, that's fun. Holy crap. Okay, so I copied and pasted. Color brand cream 100. Color cream. Tier 1 definitions. Huh. Oh, man. What in the world is going on here? Where are all of my colors and stuff? Let's see here. Cream? Cream? No? Cream? Why is it working for some of the themes, but not in the other ones? Something feels amiss. This is where I wish I had Ian sitting next to me because I feel like they've been color background default, color brand cream 100. Now, why is this working? I've got shadows, I've got typography, I've got typography, but color is nowhere to be found. It exists. I know it exists. I might need to bother Ian about this because this feels a little strange. Also, a whole bunch of kids just rolled into my house. Okay, so here's this stuff. I feel like this might have been them playing around with some different stuff where we are exporting things from Figma into code. But this is, I'm missing some pretty key ingredients. Oh, is it this? Is it this? And it's just like not, okay. Why isn't the core? Are my brand colors not showing up? Brand? Literally like, oh, wait. Brand. None of my tier 1 tokens are showing up. Well, I'm sorry. This is very underwhelming here. This is going to be an issue. So, most of the time, this is what we're looking at here, which is like if you see this like brand color, brand pink 100, if I switch over to this theme, oh, I guess I can't even show it to you, but this is from our course. We have kind of like a strawberry theme, and we're kind of able to sort of define all of like the color ramps. I guess I could kind of go here, and if I go to here, sign tokens, is this even going to show? There we go. Okay. So yeah, none of these things are showing up locally for whatever reason. Like I'm trying to find where these things are being defined, and like there should be a gold. It exists there, but it doesn't exist. Huh. All right. Well, crap. But anyways, this is maybe I'm going to maybe between not having audio and not being able to sort of like show even the most rudimentary token demo, I might call it here for now, especially because there's a bunch of screaming kids that are kind of breaking my concentration here. But anyways, so this is the spirit of what we're going to be doing. I have Brad Frost web theme that represents the current state of my website and my brand. I have a dark theme version of that that's not really being used anywhere just yet. I have this kind of wowie zowie theme, and that one in our course we kind of talk about. We have it as like papyrus and Comic Sans and stuff, and you can kind of see it. This is our wowie zowie theme, where you're able to sort of like see just how obnoxious you can make your design token system. But this is the spirit, though, of what we're going to be doing for this. Like, so I want to be able to create this Brad Frost Web V9 version that might use totally different colors. It's probably not, but I want to be able to sort of like handle the aesthetic. I want to handle the design language differently than the themes that exist at present, right? So that's why I'm like kind of copying over this design token theme, creating a new one, and then being able to sort of like update and adjust just that theme, leaving the current website stable, right? That because that's using the existing version of the token system. So I'm just kind of creating a new theme. And then so whenever it comes down to rolling out the redesign, it's going to be sort of like basically flipping a switch from old token theme to new token theme. We've done this with like NASDAQ. We've done this with like other organizations, like big organizations, where it's like you're kind of like working on the new under the hood, right? The existing website is like kind of hooked up to the token system to a certain look and feel, and rolling out that redesign is as easy as kind of like flipping the switch on the new token theme, which is really badass, right? And like that's where like the power and like the ROI of like having these kind of these systems in place means like, yeah, with the exact same bones, we could just like kind of flow a totally different aesthetic through it. And so that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully, whenever I figure out where the hell my colors went in my local design token system. So, but yeah, so I think we're gonna call it there for now. Thank you very much for joining me and for enduring close to 20 minutes of me not talking here. And thank you, Donnie, once again for giving me a call and letting me know that there was no audio. So there we go. More plus ones for you, Donnie. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining in. The next time, I'm going to make sure that we have a real productive session. So no more surprises. I'm not into live streaming a bunch of weird mistakes and surprises. So we're figuring it out. So thank you for being my my guinea pigs on this. So all right, everybody, take care. We'll see you.